Ministry. We're sharing with you lots of information regarding love, relationships, and marriage. I want to talk to you about my story. I made a lot of poor choices as a teenager. I had to face a lot of consequences. I'm also going to share with you the transition that I made in making better choices. I dated my boyfriend, and we were young teens when I dated him. And the first time I had sex with him, the very first time, I got pregnant. It was so quick, bam. Next thing I knew, I was pregnant. Then from that point forward, I just want to say that my entire world went into this downward spiral. I had to end up leaving school. I couldn't pursue my college. You get morning sickness, you get afternoon sickness, you get night sickness, you can't sleep. My stepfather didn't want me in the house. My mother was upset that I was pregnant, but they tolerated me, so to speak. Then I ended up having to get social services, which was only $322 a month. Let's see, we're pulling up. This is a block that I lived in for about 15 years. Some of the houses are pretty dilapidated. Most of them they tore them down. I used to live down here a little bit more. Hey, what's up, Bixie? How you doing? How y'all doing? Hello? Huh? Just somebody. I used to live around here. We used to hang out in this building right here. We used to hang out all on the first floor, in the back of this building right here. But they tore that, looked like they tore it down. I think it had a fire there. I would sit on this porch and we would play cards, smoke cigarettes and drink 40 ounces and do all that stuff, depressed and with a little baby. So this is it. This is it. My dad didn't live here, of course, because he wasn't in the picture at the time. I just grew up with my mom and my stepdad and my son. His dad was kind of in and out of his life, but it was hard. I mean, we struggled quite a bit. As a young person, I wasn't thinking about, I wasn't thinking about college. I wasn't thinking about work. I was thinking about taking care of my baby. How he's gonna eat? How am I gonna buy Pampers? What am I gonna do? I'll see y'all later. I think all of my friends that I was with, all of them had several different babies as teenagers by several different other men, and there was no commitment, there was no child support, because what do you do when you date a man who doesn't have a job? He's a teenager, he's not working. Financially, he's not ready. And then my son's father wasn't there. He was out messing with other girls, getting other girls pregnant. We were living together and we weren't married. There was no commitment. He'd come over to my house anytime he feel like it. He'd leave anytime he feel like it. If he didn't feel like coming, he didn't come. It's just not a game. It's not fun. The most important thing in your life is the fact that you have to bring a new life in an uncommitted relationship with an uncommitted mindset, because you already are unstable. So your mind isn't even stable because you don't even know who you are, so. My mom, she had me when she was 14. By the time she was 18, she already had 3 babies by 3 different men. And I saw that. I grew up and saw that. Now, I didn't know my dad until I turned 16. I don't want to play the blame game because, of course, I'm accountable for what I do. But I really do think that if he had been in my life, if he was married to my mom, if we lived in a very structured home, I think that I probably would have been raised a little bit differently. I think I probably would have made a lot of different choices, and I don't think I would have been in a relationship sexually with an abusive man who did not care about myself or my family. My father would have made sure that whoever was in our life was a person who was respectful, honest, and was going to be in it for the long haul and not in it just to take advantage of his daughter's body. I needed a role model. I needed someone that I could look at and say, I want to be like so-and-so. So-and-so, they're married, gosh, this is great. And all I saw was grandma, lady across the street and her husband, and they were elderly. I didn't see young people my age that were happily married, that were in committed marriages and relationship with one another. I didn't see that. All I saw was the hustle and bustle of a single family household where the stepfather came in and he was in and out of the person's life, or I saw people dating each other in relationships, uncommitted relationships, having babies. One month they're dating this person, they get pregnant by that person, they have the baby. A few months later they're dating a totally different guy, and then they're pregnant by that guy. And, it was just an ongoing cycle of things that I saw. When I was in a relationship and I was single and and I wasn't married and I was having intercourse and having sex with these individuals, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I wanted them to give me something that they weren't even capable of giving me, because firstly, they didn't even possess it. You know, they had absolutely no desire to want to be in a committed relationship with me, and they had no desire to make love to me. They had no desire to love me. All they wanted to do was get some sex to feed that initial whatever it was that was going on in their bodies, and vice versa. We were lustful, we were in it, and then when they left me, I felt like so emptied out.